like a second and then do like the introduction and that. So, here we are then. Hello everyone and welcome to ERL. It's season 3, this is division 3 and I'm joined by Falcon, who will be my co-commentator this season. Say hello, Falcon. Yep, and just before we do talk about qualifying times and who's going to get pole, we are just going to quickly go through the teams. So in the Mercedes, we have a ZR Mercedes. He's with United 101. In the Ferrari, we have Antonio 1978 with Golsey. In the Red Bull, we have Mysterion and Shumi Garcia. In the Williams, we have Mesclas. He's with Sergeant Sway. In the Force India, we have Jack Tyler 46 and Mr. Costa 96, who I think isn't here tonight, so that's a bit unfortunate for him. In the Renault, we have Mozambique King, sorry about that, and Hungry Tadpoles. In the Toro Rosso, we have Billy 1704. He's with Dan RH, who I think isn't here as well. In the Haas, we have Cloudy Balloons and Rink Morris, I'm going to say. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. In the McLaren, we have William. He's with Dave X Hayes. And in the Sauber, we have... Oh my... we have Frosso Stalk. He's with Impact Insec. And as the reserves, we have Leech King N, New York 6681, D News 007, and Mixstart 99. Yeah, obviously I wasn't here last week. I had firmly. I'm here today, and Falcon, obviously with Mr. Costa not here, who do you think will take advantage of him not turning up? We had an F1 driver in Lower Blade get dropped to F3 because he's using no assists, and obviously we want to get used to it, and now's obviously the perfect chance for him to be with guys who aren't necessarily as quick as those in F1. He is in the Force India, so let's hope he can impress today. I mean, I know he's quick. I mean, Falcon, I know you also know Lars quite quick, but obviously with no assists, it's a different ball game. Let's just hope he can make the most of it. Yeah. I do believe that Falcon's mic has died, but I do agree with him. If Lio does continue to practice, he can and will be very quick. Obviously, I've been teammates with him in other leagues as well, and he's a nice guy. So let's hope he can impress today, as he's about to start his lap now. We will stay on board with Lio just to see if he does keep it clean. Through turn 1, nice and clean there. Are you back now, Falcon? Yeah, that's fine. It's all good, man. As the logo's a bit wide there, it's going to cost him some time, but yeah. In terms of pole, who's... Yeah. Yeah, I do believe he's literally running no assists. Like everything you see now is literally him. Oh, as he goes squirmy there. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I've even talked to him and said, like, are you sure you want to do this? Because it will be a struggle for you. Like, I'm not saying he can't do it because I know he can, but yeah, it's just a big step to go from assist to no assist, and so far is pretty decent lap so far. So let's hope he can maybe potentially get a top 5 in qualifying. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, nothing more to say, but as we all know with qualifying, obviously we're just as in the dark as the viewers because obviously we have no timing screens and the order's messed up. And I mean, the only way we are going to find out who gets pole is when qualifying does end. We have got another 4.5 minutes yet, so yeah, I guess we just have to wait and see what everyone can do. But for the meantime, I think it is New York who's on pole. Yeah. Yeah. So, what is that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, P4. So that's a good lap from Dave there. Let's just hope he can get round in time and maybe go for another lap. But I doubt it with there being just over 3.5 minutes left. Yeah. Yeah, one driver who isn't going flat out at the minute is Mysterian. He's obviously run out of fuel. Let's just hope he can get back in time and go out for another lap. Be a bit of a shame if he don't make it in again and back out. A long 3 minutes. Yeah. So Mysterio now getting it all wrong with the fuel settings. Just hope he can get back in time as I run on board with Mercedes here. I don't know whether this is an out lap or a proper lap. As Hungry Tadpoles there with a 22.9. I don't actually think that's... Okay, so yeah, as we said before, with the whole, timing screen's been absolutely messed up. We do know that in the next update there is going to be more of a sort of indication to us commentators and people watching the stream where people are on track, whether they're on laps and whether they're purple or not. Yeah, so also again we're none the wiser to this as we just literally load up and watch everyone race. It would be nice to see what the weather is going to be like for the race, but then again having that little element of surprise, it could make things interesting. Yeah, we can only assume that it's not because he is still in P8, so I don't think it was a legit time. I think it's just a game messing up, but it could be the timing screens, we don't know. As Mercedes sets a 22-1, is that? Where is he? This is very messed up. Yeah. Yeah, they both done legitimate laps. Like, I know Frizzo didn't get any warnings on his, I just checked, and neither did Mercedes, so whether it's a glitch again and we're just, just none the wiser or whatever, but yeah, let's hope them two can stay P1 and 2, but with everyone doing their laps now, Falcon, it's going to be very hard to see what's going on. Yeah. No, that lap was invalid, but he did set a 22.9, which would have put him. Oh, it would have put him up the field. To be fair, it would have put him with hungry tadpoles. So that would have been 1, 2, 3. That would have been P4, maybe P5. So Lyo's shown that he's got great pace with no assist. Just hope he can continue his form in the race as we ride on board with William now. Is this a lap or? Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. And Mozam King coming into the pits then. And that's qualifying over with. Yep. Yeah, so we have Mercedes on pole with a 22.1. Then we have Frizzo in second with a 22.1 as well, very close at the top. We have Schumi in third with a 22.4. New York, in third. New York in fourth. Hungry Tadpoles fifth. Morris in sixth. Mozam King in seventh. Dave in eighth. Sergeant Sway in ninth. And Billy rounds up the top 10. Outside the top 10, we have Golsey, Lyo Blade, William, Cloudy Balloons, and I didn't actually catch the last couple. I do apologise, but yeah, I mean, top 10 looking quite close, Falcon. Yeah, I do believe in other leagues that it has been turned off, and they've said like with it on, it causes glitches. So I mean, we just have to go with it, I guess. Yeah, as we go straight to 5 red lights, we have Mercedes on pole. And lights out, and it looks like the Ferrari in third has got off to a poor start, but for the meantime Mercedes will keep the lead, or not. Frisso there, so Frisso, bold move there, taking the lead, very good move, but Mercedes will come back at him. These two are stormed away from third place, side by side, they're still side by side. Mercedes retakes the lead, so these two not messing about, Falcon. They're battling and they're still getting away from the likes of Schumi and Yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, at this point, yeah, he's definitely pulling away, and New York is now catching Frisso, so you've got to feel in a matter of time New York will get past Frisso and take second place. Yeah, and I was just on board with Sergeant Sway, who's literally harassing Mozam King's gearbox. He's literally stuck to it like glue. Let's hope he can maybe get a better X out the fast left right. He does. He will be side by side with Mozam King, but Mozam King goes defensive. Oh, a little bit of a squeeze there. Sergeant Sway thinks better of it, but still there. Yeah, that is... Yeah, there's pit, so he might have got wing damage from a car in front. It's unfortunate for him. Yeah, so Frisso then showing good pace again. Let's hope he can keep up and catch who's in first? Mercedes, yeah. So let's hope he can catch up and potentially battle for the lead with Mercedes, but don't count New York out yet. He's shown great pace so far. Let's hope he can still catch the two leaders. Yeah. Yeah, as long as I keep it clean. But yeah, the top six seem to be pulling away from the rest of the field here, as we've got Shumi right behind. Who is that? That's Morris. So is it? Oh, is it Rink? Is it? So I've been sent wrong the whole time, Falcon. You ain't even told me, mate. Oh, I'll call him Rink. Nah, okay, alright, yeah, let's call him Morris. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Yeah. As we've got Sway now right behind Mozam King. He does go defensive early. Sway will have to go around the outside. Locks up a little bit and doesn't get the move done. So Mozam King defending well from Sergeant Sway at the minute. Oh yeah. Yeah. I was just on board with Sway. As you can see, he's still always side by side with Mozam King now. It's got to be side by side through the fast left right. Let's see if we can get the move done. Oh, there's a little bit of contact, but they keep it clean, and Sway finally gets past Mozam King. So you got to feel now that's only a matter of time before Sway just disappears from Mozam King and hopefully catches Shumi, who is in 6th. Yeah. Yeah. And just on board there as a Haas got very sideways there. I don't know who that was. Yeah, that was Rink. So Rink there getting very sideways. That's allowed Shumi to be right up his gearbox. Can Shumi do what Sway done and get a better exit? As yeah, it's unlucky for him. But yeah, Shumi can't repeat what Sway done, so have to carry on and hopefully start finish straight. He'll be able to get past. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, Shumi just got past Rink. Rink got a terrible exit out of the fast left right, and Shumi goes, thank you very much, I'll take P5. And now has his eyes set on Billy. So Billy, yeah, he's had a quite race at the minute, up into P4. Yeah, so just riding on board with the leader of the Mercedes, in the Mercedes. Doing a very good job at the minute, keeping Frisso behind by at least 2.7 seconds, and New York is a further 5 seconds behind, so you got to feel Falcon at this point. Mercedes, if he can keep it clean and keep it consistent, he's going to be running away with the race win today. Oh yeah, and as you can see, ever since he's got past Rink, he's just starting to pull away now, so you got to feel it's only a matter of time before he catches New York and potentially fights for a podium. Yeah, as Billy comes into the pits on lap 6, so that's quite an early pit stop. Front wing. Yeah, so he's had a bit of contact somewhere, so that's unlucky for him, as that will promote the likes of Lyo, who I think is now in the points. He is P8, so she's done very good to yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, if it's one thing with Lyle, I mean, if he gets points, he'll be happy. So let's hope he can finish there. But yeah, again, just looking at the leaders there, well, first and second are actually moving away from New York now, and New York is actually going to be coming under pressure from Shumi very soon. So yeah. Oh, there's contact. Oh. Yeah, so that's unlucky then. But as you can see here, they're still pretty close to each other. As Hungry Tadpoles looks for the outside. Oh, he switches back, but no, thinks better of it. So if you was Hungry Tadpoles at this point, Falcon, how would you feel knowing that the car ahead may or may not have potentially done not an illegal overtake, but sort of pushed you wide and forced you off track to get past? Nah. Sway, wasn't it? Yeah, he's looking quite quick as well, isn't he? So since he's had that fresh air, he's not really complaining. So you've got to feel in a matter of time. Yeah, and I'm just on board with Shumi here. He got very close to the back of New York coming out of turn 1, but I was unfortunate to not make the move. But is, you know, depending these guys don't pit, this is looking like a very interesting battle. Yeah, so either New York's tyres have gone off, or for the most part, are both of them pitted? No, New York carries on. So yeah. Falcon. No. Falcon. They can't hear you on stream. Have you got your party settings on allowed to be shared or not? I do apologise for those that have been saying, but they can't. Right, hold on. Let me see if it's my settings. Hold on.
Right, here we go. Clever of me there. Absolutely splendid. So, hello.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry for not looking at the comments sooner, but you know, when you live stream, it's it's a bit hard to look at comments. But
Yeah.
thanks to those that did tell me, Louis and Ashbest in the comments, screaming at me, Clevy. So thanks, guys. And yeah, so Lap 11 Falcon, welcome to the stream, mate.
Welcome, thank you. Hopefully, with the recording, it will hear me, because when you record, even with your voice on Do Not Allow, it can't hear your own voice. So hopefully the official highlights will be okay to go ahead without it just sounding like Cliffy talking to himself, being a little bit special. But
Yeah.
Morris closing in on Frisso. Frisso breaks the slipstream, but Morris doesn't follow him, so I don't know why he didn't there. Maybe he just didn't want to get too close into turn 1 and stays behind on the super softs, of course. So he did qualify outside the top 10 and took advantage of the fresh tyre rule kind of thing outside of the top 10, and he's on the super softs, definitely doing the one stop.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, Falcon, but there's quite a good battle here for 7th place. We have who's it? No, wrong way. My apologies. We have Sergeant Sway, Lyre Blade, who's getting very close to a lap car of William there. William will have to move out of the way. That's cost him a lot of time now, and Dave behind him. That could have been McLaren teamwork there. As we know, William and Dave are both in the McLaren. So, yeah, I mean, that's now allowed... Again, wrong way, I'm terribly sorry. That's now allowed Sway to get away from Lyo. And that's now closed Dave right into the back of Lyo. Let's hope Dave can potentially make a move on Lyo.
Oh, no, not quite.
Just not close enough.
He looked a bit at the... very close to the apex, but didn't quite pull it off and went wide out of that chicane. Before I was told that I was being an absolute mong and didn't have my voice now, I did actually see Leo was like side by side with someone into someone and another car just behind, and I thought he went into the wall.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I don't actually know what happened. So I don't know if that was lag, extreme lag, but I've never really seen lag affect it so much that it makes the driver on our screen look like he's gone into the wall. And Leo isn't really renowned for lag, so...
Oh no, so I just want to say, Rink actually is in 3rd place at the minute and is actually closing on Frisso. So Rink pitting early is really helping him out here. There is a little bit of lag, I do apologise for that, but yeah, in terms of Rink's strategy is looking very solid at the minute. I mean, as we know, he will have to stop again. I don't think Frisso will. No, he's on the soft, so he might try and go to the end. As ZR Mercedes will have to pit again as well. So, Rink could be on for podium here.
Yeah, and I think I have the answer why Shumi is so far behind. I just looked at the race director, had a 5-second stop go, so I think he either... do you get a 5-second stop go for jump starting? I didn't see any obvious jump starting.
He might have done speeding into the pit lane, because I know you get a penalty for that.
That wouldn't affect him in the actual pit box, would it? As Mercedes, as we've been talking for the past 3 laps, Mercedes has set quickest lap every time, so this man really is under control.
Yeah.
And in the Mercedes, a bit of replica of 2014, 15 and 16 in real life, just pulling away from everyone else, and in P1.
Yeah, you know, Mercedes is, you know, sending a message here, not just to everyone else, but to Mr. Costa, who unfortunately can't make it, but as we know, won the pre-season race by quite a healthy margin. Mercedes is saying, I'm here, you know, I'm quick, I'm here to battle. So, sending a bold message to Costa.
Yeah, definitely, and maybe, I don't know if Costa just forgot about this, or I don't know if he told Michael Johnny, who are the commentators for F2, if he wasn't coming, but if he chose not to, thinking that he had it easy, well, after hopefully watching this, he'll realise that it's not an easy championship for him. He's got big competition of Mercedes in the Mercedes.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, sorry, moving on. I'm just on board with New York, and he's actually closing to Shumi. As we know, Shumi is on the softs, and New York is on the super softs. So you've got to imagine that in the next lap or two, New York could potentially make a move for 4th place.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused as to why New York has gone on to the super softs. I think he may be trying the one stop. He pit on lap 11 from those ultra softs, so that's quite a long distance on the ultra softs. So I think he may be able to do the ultra soft super soft, which that's very good because tyre wear, well, it's pretty hard. It's relatively easy to do the super soft, but I mean, it's very good tyre wear, and he's had decent pace as well, so
Yeah.
good to see he's got other traits apart from just raw pace. And again, another reason why he could be fighting for the World Championship, as
Yeah, man.
just on board with Frisso.
Yeah,
He's got
Lyle has made a pit
two
stop
penalties.
and has come out in
Yeah.
P12, so he's on the soft, so he's no doubt going to the end now. So I think now it's just maybe see if he can get an undercut on the cars that he was battling, or was only a couple of seconds up the road from. So let's hope he can find himself in the points again.
Yeah, as Frisso is now on his second penalty, and on the first warning of that, whereas Morris is only got one warning, along with Schumi only with the one warning, New York with 2 warnings, Sergeant Sway, 2 warnings, Hungry Tadpoles, 1 warning, Dave's Hayes, 2 warnings, Billy, Billy,
Billy is very close to
beefy.
Dave here, so...
Yeah, he's got a penalty and a stop go.
Oh, he goes for a dive bomb
Mosman.
on Dave. Dave leaves him the
Oh.
space. Sorry to interrupt there, Falcon. That was a good move from Billy
No,
there.
don't.
And he's got
Yeah,
DRS. So, Billy there making moves on Dave, and you've got to feel that with DRS as well, Falcon, he's just going to disappear into the distance now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know how long you've been spectating these two, but have you seen Billy close up dramatically or just slowly creep up?
I was just going through the field and saw that he was literally right behind him, so wanted to get on board with him and see if he done a move, and it was a good move. Dive bomb, second to last corner, and Dave gave him all the space he needed. So good racing from the two of them.
Yeah, and look, he's pulling away by quite a margin now.
Yeah,
It's about a second the gap in the first sector alone, which is pretty mind-blowing pace compared to Dave. So Billy, he's up into P8. I'm pretty sure he started quite high up. Where did he actually start? He started P10, so as William leaves the session.
yeah. So also we know that William was a lapped car, so either he's been involved in many incidents and has just called it a day. It's fair enough from him, but again on board with New York, can he get close enough to Schumi? I don't think he can, even with DRS. So Schumi looks like he's running a low wing setup here, but under braking, New York does catch a little bit, gets a bit squirmy on the curb, but manages to keep it.
Yeah, both lost the rear, it seemed, on that second apex of the corner.
Yeah, so
yeah, they're both catching up to Morris as well, so we could see a 3-way battle for P3 now, which would be for the final podium spot, which would be good. And maybe even if we're lucky, we could see Frisso maybe make a mistake or fall back, and we could have a 4-way battle for P2, which would be very, very interesting. As the top 6 are all, I've just noticed this, they're all marbling between first, third and fifth are all on supers, and second, fourth and sixth are all on softs. So later in the race we could see the likes of Frisso, Schumi Garcia and Sergeant Sway, who are on the softs at the moment, come back into the race, have a bit more pace than the guys on supers as tyre wear starts to kick in.
yeah, and I've just been asked to check the penalties for the Mercedes there, and I have done it. So you can see there, as Mercedes doesn't have any penalties, he only has 1 warning, I think. So yeah, 1 warning, so Mercedes keeping it very clean and is doing a masterclass at the minute, and let's hope he can carry on and win the race.
Yeah, Frisso has, well, he's got 2 warnings on his second penalty, so he needs to be careful because he's going to really fall behind this big train that leads down to P5. So he could end up P5 here if they close up enough.
Yeah.
And lap by lap as we come through this section, I seem to be looking at this train, and again, the gap has been quite significantly cut to Rink Morris. So looks like he's struggling a little on those super softs.
Yeah. And yeah, I've just been on board with Schumi, and yeah, all 3 of these cars now coming into quite close proximity of each other. Let's hope we can have a very good battle for the last podium position, as I think Frisso and Mercedes more or less have first and second more or less
on
locked down at
track.
this point. Yeah.
Yeah, on track though. As I said, Fristo has those penalties, so
Yeah.
the
So
gap isn't big enough to hold off these guys. So really, he needs to be very careful throughout the rest of this race and try not to, and just damage limitation from what he's already got. Really, try
yeah.
not to get any more.
Yeah. As this is quickly go on board with Mercedes, see how he's doing, and yeah, what's the lead to Frizzo? It's 11.8. So Mercedes is literally running away with this, but as we know, Frizzo does have penalties, and the likes of Rink, Schumi, and New York are all now starting to close in on him. So if Frizzo isn't careful now, he's going to find himself all the way back in 5th place, and all three of these guys will be fighting for potentially 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, Rink does look pretty much all over the place. I hate to say it, he's looking like he's sliding around, missing apexes, and it's really just allowing Schumi and New York to catch up. But of course, dirty air, when they get close enough, will affect them, and it's going to be hard to, if they want to make a move, eventually make the move. It'll be interesting to see if Rink lets them through and maybe tries to stay with them and then drag him along, because that could be an option for him.
Yeah. In terms of battles, that's the closest battle on track, I think, at the minute. I'm just going through the field now, seeing where everyone is. And yeah, I think the only battle here is the fight for 11th between Dave and Cloudy Balloons.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Dave has been closing or if Cloudy has actually passed him and is now pulling away. Looks pretty even between the two. Maybe Dave looks like he has the upper hand just a tad. Looks like he's catching up just a bit to Cloudy Balloon. So we're going to be switching between the battle for 3rd and the battle for 11th for the effective wooden spoon, because Dave is the final runner. No, Mesclus is. So it's going to be a bit salty sweet for them, because if Dave gets past, he's obviously, it's good that he gets past Cloudy Balloons, but it's also a bit bitter because he won't get points. But back on to the battle for P3, Shumi's caught up a lot, and it looks like what's happened to New York?
New York went wide and went on the grass a little bit and lost quite a lot of time. Obviously, I caught a little bit of it on stream, but I didn't want to interrupt you. But yeah, I mean, New York got wide, 2 wheels on the grass, and yeah, he's lost all that time to Schumi and Rink. So
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's not good, is it? But as we know, New York, I think, has been passed there by
Sergeant Sway.
by Sway. So Sway there making moves, taking advantage of New York's mistakes. He finds himself in the top 5 now.
I think he has damage, actually. He's very understeer, even though it doesn't show yet. Pulls into the pit lane.
That's unlucky.
I think he has damage, because it doesn't normally show.
So New York then getting wide, obviously must have hit the wall. It's unlucky for him, fighting for a podium. So from here on out...
Sorry, the battle for P3 has now fizzled out because Rink has just hit as well, so he couldn't take the tyres to the end, and unfortunately... one very close battle for the final podium spot may have just fizzled out. Yeah,
and just looking at the gap to first, Mercedes is really running away with it now. The gap to Frizzo is 13.5 seconds, so obviously I know Mercedes will have to pit again, but he will have enough time. Go on, what's going on, sorry?
The battle for 11th is still going on, and now Dave is right on the rear diffuser of the Haas F1 car of Cloudy Balloons, and he gets past him before turn 1.
Oh, but it's all side by side. A little bit of contact.
Yeah. Dave gets on the grass a little and hasn't got past, which is good for us. More battling, more side by side action as he's...
Oh, he goes for it. That's a very late move from Dave there. He's got to be careful. He's lucky that Cloudy Balloons didn't just turn in and almost swipe him. That was very unexpected from Dave there. He was a long way back.
Yeah, I think Cloudy was already turning into the corner when he made that move. I saw that in Spain, actually. He was battling with two other cars, and he just went for a move as they were turning in.
Oh my
gosh,
god,
that's
you're
another
getting
late
very
move.
close.
He needs to be more patient. He's
Yeah.
not going to be getting this position if he keeps making moves like that.
Yeah.
He needs to set it up and be committed to it, because that is not a committed move.
No, not at all.
And
It's half-hearted. Just terrible.
yeah, not good to see. Just check any other battles in the top half of the field. Now, the gap's pretty considerable to most people in the top 10, really.
Yeah.
Sergeant Sway's actually made his way up into P4, and it's gifted Shumi the final podium spot, really, because he has no competition in front or behind. So Shumi will be getting that final podium position. But I'm going to pop back to the battle between Dave and
around the outside, and
backside.
Cloudy keeps it. So Dave must be getting really frustrated here.
Defending.
Oh yeah, very good. Will he go for a dive bomb again? No, I think it's better of it. So
No. That's good. That's better.
that's good. Yeah, better.
Seeing improvement lap by lap
Yeah.
from him, and
I'm just
good
going to
to
stay with
see.
this battle because this is a very good battle for 11. I know it's not like for a points position, but
he just
Oh,
just got
that's-
shunted.
wow.
Definitely,
So
he was
Dave's
alongside and got shunted by
Looking
Cloudy
like-
Balloons.
looking like he was going to go around the outside of Cloudy Balloons. Cloudy Balloons not having any of it. Ah, that's unlucky for him.
Oh,
That is-
sorry, Mesclus is now battling with. Oh no, please don't. Oh no, it's a lapped car. So just let through Rink Morris. So I thought that was actually a battle for a legitimate place, but clearly not. But let's just talk about that incident, because I thought that was very unfair from Cloudy. He was alongside, and it just looked like he either didn't give him enough space or actually just swiped into him, put him into the wall. And with no front wing now, Dave certainly isn't going to get the position from Cloudy Balloons now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this game, you've got like the indicators on the car, so like it would have been flashing red to indicate, yes, there's a car on your outside. And Cloudy Balloons obviously tried to take a more, quicker line and just shunted him off. So that's very lucky from Dave, and not very good driving from Cloudy, and who I will expect will be in the stewards room after the race, as will
Wouldn't surprise
Dave.
me if he got a penalty either.
Yeah,
Yeah. Dave, of course, we said earlier on in that battle that he was making too many rash moves, not really being fully committed to them. And we were saying that Cloudy had very good, was doing very good with the defending, and it's kind of swapped now, as Cloudy's did very poorly with that defending, and Dave was just a passenger, really. He had every right to stick his nose in there. He was alongside fully, and that's ruined the battle, the final battle on track, really. As I say that, Morsman and Billy
I'm
are
on board
now.
with that as well. Billy went for a cheeky
Yeah, they're
move down
now-
the inside there. Tried to do what he done with Dave, but fortunately he couldn't get it. But he's side by side with. Look at the lag though.
Yeah,
So-
I saw a bit of flag there.
Billy has
At
to be
least
very
Billy-
careful here.
Yeah, but he did back out of that, so that was good to see. Is he going to go for it?
No,
Please don't.
backs out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to see. We don't want to ruin any more battles
Ooh.
with 5.5 laps remaining, as Billy gets very close. to
Billy's
the
getting
wall
very
there.
but the lag
Oh,
there.
The lag from Morsman, not good. Of course, he is a Hungarian driver, so
Oh, what an exit
bit
though
far
from
away
Billy
from
there.
everyone else.
What an exit.
He's
But
gonna lose
just
some of his
lag.
front wing.
Yeah, he's definitely going to lose some of his front wing. As we know, all these guys here racing for the first time together, so obviously we're not expecting, fair, clean racing, being this is a new division and new
don't-
drivers.
Oh,
But
sorry,
so
but
far,
I'm literally. I've
Yeah,
got
I'm
my
on board with it.
face in my hands, because I feel like he was going to go side by side into there, and it was going to end horribly wrong.
Billy, he
he's gone
goes
for
for
it.
it. Oh, there's contact, forced him
He
wide,
gets through.
and Billy goes, thank you very much.
I do think he needs to give that position back.
Yeah, that was
That was,
a dive bomb. then
yeah,
there's
and he
pushing
forced him
someone
off
off
track as well.
Yeah,
So I don't
But-
think he's going to let him through, but
I mean, with him lagging, with Muslim King lagging, I mean, Billy might have just been, I need to get past. If I don't get past, my front wing
He's
could
gonna
get
risk.
flipped off.
Yeah. Any more battles? I don't think so. So Shumi is in P3. He
Oh, sorry
started.
to interrupt here, Falco. Muslim King went for Diapon Billy and has just repaid the favour. Diapon to him, forces him off track, goes, thank you very much. Have some of that.
So did Billy let him? Did he lift off and let
No,
him through?
he didn't, trust me, he didn't.
Okay, so
So Muslim
interesting to
King
see that.
repaying the favour there. I mean, I can understand you being frustrated. Like if someone done that to me, I'd be frustrated, but I wouldn't then do it back to them. You know, like it's not.
No, because you're just ruining your argument in the stewards.
Yeah,
If he hadn't have done that, then Mortimer may have got, Billy may have got the penalty, but now I don't think it would be fair to give either one of them penalty, and if they were to, I'd have to give a penalty to both of them. They both did the same thing, and it's both unfair.
yeah. So let's just hope these two can keep it clean. It is getting very feisty between the two drivers. One thing I haven't noted is that Mercedes is still in P1 on them supers, and there's 3 laps to go.
Yes.
So, is Mercedes from now has obviously done the one stop, right? Let me just quickly have a look.
Yeah, he's done the one stop.
He pitted on lap 11, so well at the end of lap 10, should I say? But you know that's very good strategy from him, and he's still in the lead from Frizzo of a gap of 14.2 seconds now. So even though Frizzo at the moment is on the better tyre because obviously Mercedes Superstars will be worn out, he's still getting away from him.
Yeah, just having a lovely cinematic helicopter shot of Billy, who's still staying with Mortimer, and hopefully we can see some battling from the two, of course. Billy on the supers, and Mortimer on the softs.
Yeah.
So there is a compound difference, but at the late stages of the race, with tyre wear coming into effect, it looks like it's pretty even between the two. But Mortimer is still lagging, so it's kind of ruining it. But is it me, or can you see them both catching up to New York a little?
Yeah,
New York's going
definitely,
slow.
yeah.
So I'm not. Has he got damage somehow? From a lapped car, perhaps? I mean, obviously it doesn't show it anymore because it's another glitch in the game, but maybe he has damage because I've just watched him slowly slide down the order, down the timing sheets, whatever you want to say, but Billy, oh
Getting
gosh, that's
Mosman
close.
did lag down the start finish straight, so again, if I was Billy, I'd want to get past ASAP.
Is he going to go for it?
Apparently, I've been told that Frizzo actually has wing damage from lap 5. So,
wow. So
if that is the case, then fair play to Frizzo for, you know, staying with it and being in P2, but unfortunately, he has got Shumi approaching him now, so
yeah, he's on his final warning as well on that second penalty, so he's looming on 3 penalties, and that will certainly be a position for Shumi to go into P2. But look at Mortimer and Billy, they're going to be perhaps side by side whilst both catching up to New York. Billy doesn't go for it, that's good to see.
I mean, I know we had but Musman gets very wide, but New York.
But yeah, I don't know what's happened to him there.
Let's just go on board with him. So, yeah, it looks like he's got. I think he's got wing damage, to be fair, because he's very understeery. Yeah, he's got wing damage. So New York then making mistakes, and unfortunately, it's cost him this race. Because I thought he'd personally be on for a podium, and he finds himself now fighting for P9 with Billy and Mozerman, and Billy's looking very racy at the 3 of these guys here.
They can't do anything, can they? These cars are still.
Oh.
Well, they're very. Oh my gosh! I thought they were legitimately 3 wide there, but just.
Yeah, New York doesn't. Yeah, New York doesn't really put up much of a fight. You know, knows he's got wing damage and doesn't really want to battle the cars behind. As we will go on board with Billy now, see if he can get past New York, like Musselman has, but I don't think he can. No, thinks better of it.
I almost want New York to let him through so those two can battle with a full front wing.
Yeah.
But Leo also he's being a bit of a dark horse behind. Of course, it's late on in this race, but a couple more laps and he could have been up just behind this train, because look at him, he's really caught up.
Yeah.
But New York, right on Morseman's rear end, so he's coming back at him.
Yeah, this is where he's gonna be slower through here. He's gonna lose a lot of time, and as you can see, Billy behind, getting a much better run down his inside. New York
let him through, I think.
Easy as you like. So now we've got potentially one more lap of these two battling. Falcon, if you could just keep an eye on that, I am going to go on board with Mercedes, who's more or less dominated this race from start to finish. Perfect strategy. Everything's gone his way. He's making a bold statement, not just everyone here, but to Costa, who couldn't make it today. And let's just hope he can carry on with the good results as he comes.
Yeah, Leo is right on the back of New York now, so it could be P9 for Leo, which would be very good for him, showing that even though he's just trying to learn no assist, he can also make moves.
Mercedes swerves across the line to take P1. Good race there from Mercedes. Frizzo will come home in P2, but as we know, he has got penalties, so Schumi will get P2, Frizzo will get P3, and Sway will come home in 4th place. Let's hope he can keep it though. Will he get 3rd or not? Nope, keeps it. Morris will come home in 5th. So good race from Morris. I just called him Morris again. Good race from Rink, sorry. He comes home in P5. Hungry Tadpoles is going to be P6. So, you know, some of these guys having very quiet races and picking up a good amount of points. And we are going to quickly now go on board with the Billy and Muzzaman King battle, but it looks like Muzzaman King is going to keep P7, but as we know, Billy does like a bit of a dive bomb into this corner.
I think he's going to go for it.
Oh, just too far back.
Too far back. But nice and mature and showing he can be patient. This time maybe too patient, but it's going to be P7 for Muzzaman, P8 for Billy, and P9 for New York.
Yeah. As Lowe comes home to round up the top 10. Yeah, very good race. And Cloudy Bloom's there. Fortunately, just outside the points, but he will come home in P11. Good race from Cloudy Bloom's that.
Yeah, but of course he had that incident with Dave earlier on, don't forget. So, not an incident-free race from him. Oh,
no, but then it being the first race of the season, Falcon, you know, new drivers, you know, they've all never raced with each other. You know, it was reasonably clean. I know we had, obviously, Dave and Cloudy, so no doubt that'll be in the steward's room. But yeah, Mercedes proving that he's here to win the title, and so far he's made a perfect start with a race win.
Yeah, put Mr. Costa on the back foot for when he does turn up, hopefully for next race, and hopefully this kind of switches Mr. Costa on and thinks, right, it's not going to be an easy championship. I can't be missing races like this and expect to get away with it. But do you want to go through the results?
Yep, so Mercedes does pick up the win. Schumi does come home in 2nd, and Frizzo rounds up the podium. Then we have Sergeant Sway in 4th, Rink in 5th, Hungry Tadpoles in 6th, Billy in 7th, Muzzaman King in 8th, New York in 9th. Quite disappointed from him considering he was fighting for a podium. And then we have Lower Blade, who rounds up the top 10. Outside the top 10, we have Cloudy Balloons and Dave, who we know had that big incident, and Mesclass rounds up the finishers.
Yeah, so let's just make it a thing. Who would you say your driver of the day would be personally?
I'd have to go with Mercedes. You know, with it being the first race of the season, you know, he done everything right and come home with a very healthy margin. So you got to feel that he's going to be one to watch this season. That is it for F3. If you want to see more racing, F1 will be live streamed at 5 o'clock, I do believe, Falcon.
Yeah, hopefully Keelan MLG Kiwis will be here.
Yeah,
I think he is. So it will be on ERL commentary channel live at 5 PM tonight.
Yeah.
Tune into that for F1.
So yeah, just head on over there. Yeah, me and Falcon will be racing. You've got Lux and Michelangelo and many other fast drivers in F1. It's going to be bound to be a very good race, and yeah, I'll see you next week for China.